Alright, so, assuming you saw this video, you saw my post about how Jimmy Kimmel's show was canceled and how I was talking about how it's hypocritical of the left to call that censorship of free speech when they were doing pretty much the exact same thing, but onto not failing shows like Tucker Carlson. And when Donald Trump was kicked off of the majority of social media website accounts or whatever platforms. So I was talking about that to another kid who's a Democrat in my gov class, and this kid, he's more of a center. He's more of being in the center. But one of the things about him though is that he's very open-minded. Honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm turning him to be right-wing with how much I'm exposing the left's hypocrisy to him. And the four classmates, like I said, had overheard what I was saying, and one of them was saying, like, oh my gosh, my stomach feels bad, after they started eavesdropping on me, and one was kept muttering, I'm calm, I'm calm, I'm calm, and I'm sitting there, like, side-eyeing them, like, clearly you're upset by what I'm saying. Rather than let your emotions stew, why don't you have an honest debate with me? Now, I didn't say it to them because one of them, I believe, probably thinks that I'm a fascist or whatever. But next time I'm talking pro-right-wing stuff with my buddy and I hear them muttering stuff about what I'm saying, I am 100% going to invite them to an open-ended debate. Because I'm a Republican. Of course I'm going to do it. I'm not the left that just shoots people. What I unfortunately was not able to mention to my buddy because class had ended and we had to go separate ways for classes. But one of the things I wanted to get into with him was about gun control and about how it's hypocritical of the left to be saying stuff like, oh, you don't need this gun, this gun, this gun, and that gun for whatever stupid reason that they list. And then they act like, oh, it's not against the Second Amendment to be banning guns. But then the second that Trump even mentions, hey, why don't we ban gun ownership from trans people? And then suddenly the left is all pro 2A and stuff. So it's really hypocritical of them to be doing both of those things at the same time, while then calling Republicans fascists. I just find it kind of funny. But then when you also get into like how they're always like pro-gun control, like I don't remember if I mentioned this in a short or in a previous video, but how those same classmates were advocating for more gun control after Kirk was shot. And I'm just sitting there thinking, you do realize that he was shot in a gun-free zone, right? Like, your gun laws didn't work. Why do you think they'll work again? Like, why don't you think they'll work later if you restrict them? Like, you can barely enforce them. And somebody said, well, I think we need, like, more checks to prevent people with, like, schizophrenia and mental health illnesses from getting access to those guns. So I'm just like, why do you think we're pro-gun but also advocating for mental health asylums? Why do you think that? Like, why do you think we advocate for more mental health research and not more banning guns? Like, it does not make much sense in the left's eyes for whatever reason.